everybody. Welcome to the Faith-Focused Discipleship Podcast. My name is Kavan and
I am Joey Fasulo, and I'm the Youth Director.
And I'm the Discipleship Director. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to talk about how discipleship can overcome a variety of differences of opinion.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think you have something to start us off with.
Well, no, specifically. So, because we're kind of doing like a difference of opinion debate, I wanted to start by reading. So, for Romans chapter 14, and I am starting in verse 4. Who are you to judge someone else's servant? To their own master, servants stand or fall, and they will stand, for the Lord is able to make them stand. One person considers one day more sacred than another. Another considers every day alike. Each of them should be each of them should be fully convinced in their own mind. Whoever regards one day as special does so to the Lord. Whoever eats meat does so to the Lord, and gives thanks to God. I totally messed that up. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Jumped all over the place, but that's all right. The point of the passage being that, like, I have opinions. Mm-hmm. I'm dressed in my opinions. I have jingle bells in my pockets that I jingle when I walk. You have differing opinions.
Yes, I do.
And the both of us are servants of the same master.
Yes, we are.
And it's to him that we're accountable, ultimately. Yep. And therefore, I need to be respectful of your opinions. You need to be respectful of my opinions. And I hear you. But because at the end of the day, we're both doing so based on conviction, based on trust in God, based on wanting to serve the Lord. And, like, we landed in totally different spots.
Yes, we did.
But we both did so thoughtfully and carefully, and, like, that's the thing that, like, I think
I don't know if I got there carefully, but
well, but
I might just be grumpy.
No. We did. We like, and the same is true for other holidays, like Halloween and all sorts of other places. Like, are you thinking about it? Did you think about it? Are you planning it with, like, your faith at the center? And if so, I need to kind of be quiet and respect your, like, opinion, because I'm not your master. My master is your master. Exactly. And so I am a servant of the one true God, and so are you, and we both have been crafted in a way that allows us to witness. It's like very covenant, like, theology. Like, we're different places, but we reach different people because of it. Yeah. And that really matters. Yeah. And so I just wanted to, like, throw that out in the beginning. Yeah.
Because that's the only thing we're going to agree on for the rest of this episode.
Yeah, well, we do have differing philosophies on the topic.
So, we're going to discuss the important debates of Christmas.
Yes.
The first of which is Santa Claus.
Yes. Jolly old St. Nicholas.
Okay. So, I'll share where I'm at with Santa first.
Go.
I think it's silly.
Okay.
I think we're perpetuating a lie to children that we eventually have to dismantle. Mm-hmm. Why are we doing this? Any other day of the year, if there was a stranger coming into your home to leave your children presents, you would say he's grooming your children. You would be concerned. You would be calling up the producers of Law & Order SVU to pitch them a news story. Because this is weird. He's stalking your children. He knows when they're sleeping.
Very quick content warning.
Awake.
Very quick content warning if you have little kids in the room and you need them to
not the time for that.
Like, maybe, like, this isn't the episode for them. They can enjoy the Jingle Bells quick and then send them to watch, like, Bluey or something.
So I'm just like, what are we doing with Santa? We're deliberately, intentionally perpetuating a lie. Obviously, different people do it to different levels. Like, I've known people who, like, bring in footsteps from the chimney to the tree, and all these things. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, why are we doing it? For what purpose?
Yeah.
And on top of that, I think theologically, here we go.
There's
a slight problem in saying, this mythical person gave you gifts. We know that God is the originator of all good gifts. So shouldn't we be teaching children who gifts come from? So if this all kind of doesn't matter for me because I don't have kids.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
But if I had kids, I'd want them to know where their gifts are coming from. I don't want to, like, pin it on some mythical being. Yeah. I want them to know, hey, your dad loves you, and so he gave you a good
100%.
gift. 100%.
100%.
So I'm like down with Santa.
Before I jump into Santa's defense, then I start with where I agree with you.
Also, Rudolph, like, who cares? Anyway.
No, you're good. I feel it. So where I agree with you is
we do agree on more than one thing.
yeah, no.
Wow.
We're not on
Okay.
total opposite pages. But where I agree with you is there are instances where like the big gift comes from Santa.
Yes.
Hate that. Really think it's harmful because of what I use Santa for. So in my mind, the Santa, when Ruthie and I really talked about it, because we weren't 100% sure whether or not we were going to do Santa.
Yeah.
It's this like, you have a kid and you go, do I want to lie to my kid about like this? And like the answer's probably not. Like I don't, like, because 100%, like when you think about it in those terms, when you say, okay, am I going to lie to my child? Well, like, the answer is like, well, no, I'm not going to lie to my kid.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds awful. I'm not going to do that. And we ended on, yes, Santa. And then here's where we end, why we ended there. The lesson that we thought Santa taught was important and one that we wanted to teach. Not the...
And what is that lesson?
And I'll get it.
Okay.
It's not the one you'd imagine, which is sometimes people lie. Like, and I think that my kids will unfortunately get that lesson from Santa on top of. But the lesson we were trying to incorporate, and the thing that we're trying to push in Santa, is that there's a stranger who cares about you and who loves you. That key, I think, is an element that really matters, because I have to love them to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Mom and dad have to love you. That's just a part of it. But like, and like the youth director kind of has to love you, and the pastor kind of has to love you. But like, Santa has no reason to love you one way or the other. There's no like, he has to. In fact, there's a whole like naughty list thing, which you don't want to push too hard, because
Right.
that takes it a whole nother level of like behavior. You're in trouble.
Legalism.
Yeah, which is not great, and I'm not looking for that either. But the idea of it's okay to love someone you've never met, and in fact, it's a good thing. And here's this person that we are celebrating that is someone who loved people they didn't meet, they didn't know.
Okay.
And that mentality we take and like push through, and is the intent when the lie is revealed.
Yeah.
Like, so when I don't think Santa's real, you're right, honey. It's a tradition that we do. Santa's not real, but Santa was this individual who we're celebrating because they were loving people they never met. Like, and that's the point of the story, that the stranger, the person you don't know, is a valuable image bearer of God who should be loved.
But here, like, Santa is a stranger to us. God is not.
Correct, 100%.
And that's where I'm like,
But I'm not conflating Santa to God. I'm saying be like
right.
Santa.
Yeah.
I'm saying choose to embody loving the other in your life as you move forward. So, like, don't look up to Santa as this magical figure. Like, look up to Santa as an example of what you could do.
Yeah.
And, like, is there, like, fanciful magic with it? Yeah, because Disney Channel exists. But, like,
Yeah.
to me, that's not the part I'm pushing. I don't really talk about the whole, like, I mean, Christmas Story, like, was the Night Before Christmas story, like that.
Yeah.
That's as far as I go with the magic of Santa. Like, all the rest, really, the thing I'm pointing is like, hey, there's this stranger who's gonna give you presents, and like, to me, great. That's the part that I like. And here's the other thing.
But also, I feel like that gets kids ready to accept random gifts from random strangers.
I hear you.
That can
I
be
hear you.
Not great.
I hear you, and there is an element of we should be careful with our children. We don't want to give them the like. You shouldn't sit on random strange guys' laps. Like, I hear that,
Yeah.
like 100%, and it's important to have those conversations too.
The only time you
speaking.
should sit on a stranger's lap is if you're getting ready to do a tandem skydiving situation.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah.
100%. Then you have to.
You really do have to.
Yeah. That's very funny.
I have
But
a story about that later.
you have a story about skydiving?
Well, I went skydiving, and
Well,
so,
that's
like,
fun.
I probably shouldn't say this. Oh, well. I did. Whatever. I was, like, so as we're up in the plane, it's time to, like, get, like, strapped in and do all the things. And so I had to, like, shift to sitting on the the tandem
instructor.
jumpers. Yeah. I had to sit on his lap while he's strapping us in. And me being the inappropriate idiot that I am, I'm like, I've never paid this much money to sit on someone's lap before.
Oh boy.
And then I was like, to be clear, I've never paid any money to do that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, and so yeah,
Derail.
back to Santa. I feel no.
This is the one time in my life I'll be like, back to Santa.
Yeah, back to Santa. No, so the point I'm trying to say is I agree with you on it is hypothetically really bad. If you're not carefully considering the narrative you're pushing, if you're not doing it in a way that is Christ-honoring, it's really problematic. Like, if we're just ignoring that, we're just like celebrating magic, right? Like, it's that element of, I don't think it's a problem to read or watch Harry Potter, but I understand why a parent would. I understand why a person would, because, like, well, are we just going to celebrate magic? Well, like, no. And if you are, you're taking it a bridge too far. Like, you've crossed that line. And so, to me, Santa is very easy to cross that line. It's one of the ones that genuinely I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do this. Yeah. And the only reason we landed on a positive is because I went, it's a part of our culture, and there is a good lesson in it that I can promote. And as long as I'm doing that, I think you can do Santa well. Yeah. But
as he's wearing a Santa hat.
100%. You gotta, once you say yes, say yes. But like, like, but
I'm not going to go there.
No. But having said that, the giving the big present from Santa that I was objecting to me, that's the exact opposite of what the goal is. Yeah. Right? So if Santa is designed for a stranger who loves all kids, right, who's just like someone who loves in without favorites, and that's the lesson we're trying to perpetuate, then to give the big gift from Santa means Santa loves the rich kid more. Yeah. And that's really problematic. So, like, that totally changes the narrative. So my kids do not receive presents from Santa. They receive a stocking full of, like, little things. Yeah. Candies.
That's how it was in my house. Like, Santa would bring, like, the batteries for the toys we got the night before.
Correct.
Or whatever.
100%. Yeah. A thing that if I look
now
at
as adults, Santa gives me Starbucks gift cards.
Well, there you go.
So, Mother, if you're watching, I do believe in Santa. Please tell him that I would love the Starbucks gift card.
Starbucks. Santa and Starbucks. Like the elves.
I just want the caramel brulee milk hot chocolate.
Yeah. Well, I'm just enjoying the elves, like, creating a little digital code for a card and, like, somehow fraudulently.
Sure. Yes. That's exactly how that works. The elves are in partnership with Starbucks. Yes.
Makes sense. You know.
Totally.
Hard labor.
Well, that's the other thing. Are the elves paid?
Well, so it depends on which version of story you're reading. Like, you have to be careful.
I am concerned that this is slave labor.
100%. Like you should be. My
like
children
animal
are not,
cruelty. Like,
we don't
Santa's
talk about,
making these reindeer fly around the world all night. Are they resting? Do they get breaks?
In my story, of course
insurance?
they are. You have to leave carrots for the reindeer if you're going to leave anything. Like, no, you have to. We got to take care of the reindeer. You're teaching good lessons in the story. Well, if you're doing it right, then yes. Like,
how many people are doing it right, though?
That's a fair point. And that is where I agree with you. Is that, like,
because, like, now we have these songs like "I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus" that are like children are witnessing adultery. They're not, but they think they might be. But we're fine with it because it's
like
Santa.
It's like the weird wink that exists. Like, parents know what's going on, and the kids listening to the song are like, "Is that okay?" Like, I hear you. No, and I think that's such the key in the conversation, is that, like, it's so easy for us to just go, oh, it's all fine, and to just, like, fall down that line and be like, it doesn't really matter, and, like, forget that we do a fairly good job, and I mentioned Halloween before. We do a fairly good job with, like, Halloween, where people are nervous and participating carefully, like Christians doing prayer walks, Christians participating in trick-or-treating because they want to get to know their neighbors and, like, want to meet people in the area, Christians who are more than happy to give generously to the youth in their neighborhood, etc., etc., etc. But we're all carefully considering the implications of that holiday culturally, as Christians. I think we've done a very good job of doing that. That's kind of what I'm saying is missing in the Christmas motif. I fully think that it's fine to be a fan of Santa. I don't think many people have thought it through. Yeah. I don't think many people have gone, ooh, should I be doing this? And how can I push it forward in a way that is Christ-honoring? Yeah. Right? I think you have people instead going, well, do I want to lie to my kids? No, I don't. But everybody's doing it, so I'm in. And it's like, well, but, like, that's not really the thing here. If we're gonna
I
participate,
can't wait until my nieces and nephews are all old enough that we can just be like, Santa's not real.
oh, my okay.
I know some of them are already there.
My wife has her story. So her brothers, she's the youngest, and two brothers are bickering back and forth about whether or not Santa Claus is real. So the middle brother, yes, of course he is. The old brother, no, he's not. And my wife is in the car, just like listening to her brothers fight about whether or not Santa is real. And her dad, frustrated with the bickering in the backseat of the car, goes, "Santa's not real, and neither is the Easter Bunny." And my wife just starts crying, and she goes,
I love it.
and every time she tells this story, she goes, "The Easter Bunny wasn't even being discussed." And he just took both from me so quickly.
I mean, don't get me started on the Easter Bunny.
Oh yeah, it's a whole nother.
That'll be our Easter podcast.
I'm probably more aligned with you on Easter Bunny than anything else. That one's got some connotations that I'm not a fan of. But
yeah. So we've gone through Santa a lot, and we kind of brought in a little bit of it. Christmas music.
Sure.
Thoughts?
So the one song you pointed out, is it something that I would play with Christ in the room, right?
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, my answer to that is yes.
Yeah.
I don't think it has to be worship music for me to listen to it. Would I play it with Jesus in the room? Because he's in the room.
Yeah.
So there's an element in the one song you mentioned where I'm like, I don't super love this song.
The one I mentioned was I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus.
Yeah, I don't super love this song. It's got weird vibes in it. I wouldn't play it on a youth group night. I'm not gonna, But most Christmas songs, whatever. Anything by Michael Bublé,
Bublé. Michael Bublé.
Have you not seen that?
I've seen
the
that.
John
Yeah,
Hamm
yeah.
and Michael Bublé.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that one, but I've seen the Bubbly ads.
Yeah,
where he's
yeah.
Shilling for Bubbly.
It's one of Ruthie and Mai's favorite video. John Hamm captures Michael Bublé and makes him sing songs to people at a restaurant. Anyways, I don't remember. Yeah. I don't know how good it is, but I think it's funny. Anyways, regardless.
But when is it okay to play Christmas music?
When is it okay to
That's the
when
real
you want
question.
When you want to. When you want to play Christmas music and you're feeling the spirit, you're in the moment.
The correct answer is after Thanksgiving.
Oh no, disagree hard.
Whoa.
I appreciate
one holiday at a time.
No. And see, now I enjoy the joke. I enjoy the joke of that moment, and 100%. I think I've shown you the video. There's a TikTok video. It's one of my favorites that I've 3 years in a row now I have searched for around Halloween. It's a Lord of the Rings video where Aragorn is Halloween is on his chest.
Aragorn.
Aragorn. Sorry. Aragorn. I'm just a fanboy. He's a real fan. Anyways, Aragorn is got Halloween digitally imposed on him, and he's at Helm's Deep, and he looks at Theoden, who's just labeled everyone, and he goes, "How long do you need?" And Theoden goes, "As long as you can give me." And it pans to the orcs, and they're dressed like Christmas,
yep.
Trying to break in.
Yep.
So love the joke, love the motif.
But we need to spend time with gratitude.
100%.
So if we get into Christmas, we skip gratitude.
Nah. I hear what you're saying. And I think that you take Thanksgiving Day and you celebrate Thanksgiving Day. I agree with you. But I also think if your tree is up while you're doing it, it's not a problem.
We'll get to decor in a moment. The other thing about Christmas, I love Christmas music that's about Jesus. So the carols, all those things, love it. I'm obsessed with Oh Holy Night.
Yeah.
I have a playlist that's just dozens of versions of Oh Holy Night by different artists.
It's a wonderfully moving song.
I love it, and there's I love about a good half of the Mariah Carey Christmas album because it's amazing carols and she's an amazing singer, and so I love a lot of Christmas music except for Santa songs.
Sure.
Except for Winter Wonderland stuff. If I hear Santa Claus is coming to town, I just want to start screaming and breaking things.
Now, here's my response to that. I hear you in your love of the carol-based, the Christ-honoring-based music. I hear you so hard. Literally, had tears in my eyes listening to the VeggieTale Christmas album with my kids in the back yesterday. We're driving around. I've got both children. We went to my mom's house, then we went to the grocery store, and my daughter was Daddy, put on VeggieTales. And I was like, VeggieTales Christmas? And so we put on VeggieTales Christmas, and, like, I'm, like weeping as I'm driving, as the vegetables are singing to me. I hear you, 100%.
If you like that, you should listen to, there's an artist, he's mostly a producer, so he doesn't sing himself, but he gets amazing singers to sing on his record. Tommy Prophet, his Christmas album called, like, Birth of a King, just amazing, epic renditions of classic carols. It's awesome. I almost cried listening to it last night.
I'm sure I would, for sure. I'll look into it.
Yeah. I will make you look into it.
No, that's legit, and that's legit. And there is a box in my mind for Christ honoring Christmas songs, because there's the beauty of Christ coming to us, right? Like that, if you have a relationship with Christ, like, that's hard not to weep over. Just so beautiful that he would step into the dirt that is where we live for our sake. Love that. There is a separate box for just joy songs that exist
About Santa.
about anything. Right?
Jingle Bell Rock is another one I hate.
Yeah, see, my well,
Unless it's in Mean Girls.
I talk about my wife a little too much in this podcast. And I don't even know if she watches
okay.
them, but, like, you know, like I keep being like, "Honey, I was on the podcast." And I hear her like, "Yeah," like it's like I just think it's more. At some point, she'll watch them and be like, "He talks about me all the time." Anyways,
Well, like you love her or something. Right?
yeah, it's like I do. Just like, well, Ruthie had to dance. She was in ballet, and she had to dance parade to Jingle Bell Rock. So if she hears it, she will, like, I get angry. Like, please shut that off. I'm having vivid, like, pain flashbacks of Jingle Bell, and, like, she does a whole dance thing. Anyways, but joy songs exist. That just songs that are just pump you up, have a good time, like, make you smile.
I do like Winter Wonderland.
Yeah, you see
because
what I'm
it's
saying?
not too cheesy. It's not over the top.
Cheese is good. Everyone loves cheese. There's a whole group of people that
I like
only eat that on
cheese.
See?
I like eating cheese.
Cheesy cheese.
But it doesn't belong in
same.
songs or on the top of people's heads.
No. Well, okay, depends on. and I'm not a Packer fan, so please don't get angry if you're Packer. My dad was.
Or do. That's fine.
My sister's a Packer fan.
We love an engaged audience.
I'll root for the Packers if because I love my sister.
Oh no.
I will. And if they're playing the Vikings,
there's some things that love shouldn't move you to.
No. If they're playing the Vikings, it's off. I'm no longer rooting for my sister's sake. But if the Packers are playing anybody else, I'll root for them.
You're too nice. Wow.
Yeah. But anyways, but that cheesy, joyful winter jingle belliness that just is, like, completely season based, but not spiritual based. I see nothing wrong with it.
I don't see anything wrong with it. I just personally find it annoying.
And I think that's the thing, though.
I think I'm the Grinch. I think you're wearing a shirt of me.
Somebody.
For those of you listening and not watching, he's wearing a Grinch sweatshirt.
Yeah, somebody called you the Grinch, so I wore the sweater intentionally, because I was like, that's fun.
Yeah, people call me the Grinch or Ebenezer Scrooge, and both are kind of accurate.
Well, so that is a great point that I think speaks into this. We'll talk about real quick. Christmas Story.
Mm-hmm.
The Christmas Story has nothing to do with Christianity. It is spirits that are bringing this.
Do you mean the movie?
Like, well, yeah, yes. I mean the movie. I've not ever actually read the book. I know.
You mean the Bible, the book, or
no. So. I'm sorry, Christmas Story, Christmas Carol.
Okay. I was like,
yeah.
What do you mean the Christmas Story?
No, I'm sorry. Not like the Christmas...
How did you get a job here if you don't know
No, I hear you. I misspoke.
What is Brad's hiring process?
What is Brad's hiring process? Yeah, okay. Well, for those of you who are not watching and listening online, I'm turning red right now because I'm embarrassed, so...
I'm turning red because I'm laughing.
There's a whole element of embarrassment. No. So Dickens,
yes.
the Christmas Carol. Christmas Carol. Yes, Christmas Carol.
It goes from Christmas past, present.
Yeah, beloved Christmas Story has nothing to do with Christianity.
Right.
Is beautiful and is joy-filled and a wonderful, like, hey, maybe we should treat other people nicer and, like, try to smile and, like, get to a point where we can celebrate that, like, this is a moment where we're celebrating. It's this, like, wonderfully narrated tale, very little to do with the Bible in any way. I mean, I would say that there's a message of like there's good in people that like maybe I could connect, but it's not intended to be religious. It's intended to be a secular story celebrating the holiday. Yet it's a wonderful story. I would happily show it to my children. The same is true of those little like joyful songs that don't have anything to do with like Christian thought. That doesn't mean I don't want my children to be involved in Christian thought, but I'm also going to play them Dominic the Donkey because it's fun.
What's that one?
Oh, you're not Italian. Tell me you're not Italian without telling me you're not Italian. Dominic the Donkey is a Christmas song about Dominic, who is Santa's donkey, because reindeer would be unable to climb the hills in Italy. So
reindeer fly.
Not in the time period that Dominic is involved in. Not in Italian tradition. So like in
I'm about to go off. Anyway,
you're all right. You're all right. So flying reindeer not necessarily universal, and at the time,
how's a flying reindeer not?
It's not universal. It's not universal. So in some versions of Santa, the reindeer just are reindeer pulling the sleigh. So this is objected to, and like a dude writes a song about how, well, when the reindeer got to Italy, because the hills and mountains are too high, the reindeer wouldn't be able to handle it. Dominic the donkey comes along, and Dominic is magical because Dominic speaks Italian.
It's lies on top of lies on top of lies.
Hey, there is a talking donkey in Scripture. Okay,
but that's different.
No,
That's
is
not Dominic.
It is. It's not Dominic, but I'm saying it's a nod. I think a nod, maybe.
Oh dear.
No, so
I can't.
Dominic the donkey, he brings all the toys to the Italian children, and he speaks a little bit of Italian. It's a wonderfully joy-filled song. My children adore it. And I adore it. And it's like the part of my Italian heritage that I've carried forward.
You just need my Oh Holy Night playlist. Okay.
It's okay. I'm going to make you listen to Dominic. You like at some point, you need to get a little bit of Dominic the Donkey. If you've heard this song and you see me, like, you know.
I hope you don't know. The last thing we'll debate is Christmas decor, and I'll start with this one because this is another area where I'm Scrooge. Again, this is a thing where I say after Thanksgiving. Once Thanksgiving's over, great, put it all up. I know some people, my sister, who they put theirs up the morning after Halloween, so November 1st. Their house is decked out for Christmas.
That would be me if I didn't love my wife.
Oh dear, I like Ruthie more and more the more I hear about her. But they deck the house out immediately after Halloween, and like that means that their Christmas decor up is up for 2 months. That's 1/6 of the year.
Sure.
That's not special anymore. So if you want Christmas to be special, it has to be a more compressed time frame. Also, most of this Christmas decor has nothing to do with Jesus, and it only contributes to the commercialization of a spiritual holiday.
About to disagree.
Oh, because also, like, I am Scrooge when it comes to Christmas decor.
So
we saw this last week because we decorated the church for Christmas last week, a couple days before Thanksgiving, because we had to.
I shut my Christmas music off because I felt bad. I was like, I had Christmas music playing and was like decorating and having it come over.
And I came over. I'm like, I am so upset right now.
And I was like, I'm gonna pause my joyful.
He's a true friend,
Mariah Carey, because I don't think you need it right now.
I have to go back to Christmas music for a second. I do like a week-long Christmas in July binge.
See, and that I was gonna make that point.
I do it like for a week or like a couple of days. And then I wait.
Yeah.
Until an appropriate time, which is after Thanksgiving, which is also the appropriate time to decorate. Not a second
Too cold. It's too cold after Thanksgiving. We live in Minnesota.
Too cold? We're decorating the indoors.
I am not. I mostly decorate the outdoors, and my wife mostly decorates the indoors. And it was because on the ladder.
You don't spend time outside looking at your house.
Well, no, but you gotta have fun with it. You won't be like, I get the lights on the house. I get the little.
Why?
We have a star Christmas
have the lights
tree.
inside.
We do
where
have,
you are.
We do have lights inside. We have our lights and outside lights. Spread the joy. Send it out to the people. Also,
you spread the joy by having the lights inside, so that when it's dark outside, people see the light inside.
Yes, and also on the outside of the house to draw them in, like flies.
Just compared your neighbors to flies?
Maybe, and it wasn't a good play. But no,
I'm sending this to all of your neighbors.
Yeah, please, it's fine. There's something.
Please tell me you have a neighborhood group chat that I can hack my way into.
We have a wiper like something that you can drop it in. But
yeah.
There's something magical about looking through the window and seeing the Christmas lights on the guy across the street's house.
That's a crime called Peeping Tom.
No, it's not. He put the lights on his house to be admired, to be joyfully spreading something. Sheer happiness. I don't think it's an accident that during COVID people left their Christmas lights on longer. I don't think it's an accident that when we were like...
It's because they were too lazy.
I think it was because we were too depressed. I think it's because we were sad about the state of our world, the lack of connection, and we were reaching out and left our Christmas lights on even longer that year. I think, genuinely, I put the Christmas lights on the outside of the house for other people. The ones on the inside are for my family and for me. It would decorate the tree. We enjoy that. But the ones on the outside, they're for the kids across the street. Like, and to me, that's
as long
wonderful.
as you're putting them up the day after Thanksgiving.
So I don't turn them on until the day after Thanksgiving for my wife, but I get them up much sooner because
weather. That makes sense.
But if it was up to me, I'd have them on like the day after Halloween. So I appreciate it, but like it's November 1.
You're spreading it out for too long to the point where it doesn't mean anything.
I gave it so much effort. I want it to be enjoyed for long periods of time. That's kind of the mentality. But I hear you. Let's make it more special. Let's make it more I think, in all honesty, you might be right on this one. One. And I'll kowtow a little and say it becomes less special if you do it all the time for too much. But again, there is that element of, and when we're really sad, we as a culture left them on longer because there's something joyful about it. There's something sweet about throwing decorations out for other people, for their joy, for their happiness, for like the camaraderie that we feel when we do something for someone who we don't even know. And this is before I get into like.
But it shouldn't require decor for us to do that.
No, it shouldn't. But it's not a bad way for us to do it.
Part of what has frustrated me is that, like, for example, I worked at Starbucks a few years ago, and people got so mad when there wasn't a Christmas tree on Starbucks. As if a Christmas tree had anything to do with Jesus. Like, people are like, oh, Christianity's under attack because a Christmas tree is not on the Starbucks cup anymore.
So this is like...
And it was like, no, the Christmas tree has nothing to do with Jesus.
Yeah.
So why are we upset about this? Like, it was still very Christmassy colored cups.
Yep. And that's that element of, are we discerning?
We've
are we
made the Christmas tree a symbol of Christianity that it's not.
Mm-hmm. Well, so, like, how much do you know about evergreen and, like, the history there?
I mean, they've been growing for thousands of years, if that's
Sure.
what you mean.
Sure. All right, so solstice and evergreen are, like, super woven. Okay, this is. I mean, I'm a nerd who looks things up, so that's a thing I did forever ago.
The amount of time I spent on Wikipedia.
yeah. So you've got Saturnalia, you've got Egyptian tradition, you've got Druid tradition. These are the three I'm aware of. As far as I know, there's significantly more, but I have not looked into those at any point.
Well, get on that.
I know, at some point I will. But from what I was told, almost all, if not all, of these evergreen traditions, and the three that I've studied for sure, the evergreen being brought into the home is a celebration of life over death. Mm-hmm. And to me, there is nothing more Christian than life conquering death.
Right.
So to say, like, when I look at my forefathers, my Christian ancestors, the people who came before me, who looked at these traditions that were all over, that in different cultures at different times had said there's something special about life conquering death, and we're going to represent that with evergreen tree, evergreen palm, evergreen laurel, or whatever. Depends on the different version. But in Saturnalia, the Romans did like little hanging like bows. It's like bows of evergreen. And then the Druids, they had like branches of evergreen, and then the Egyptians had palms. But like each thing, an evergreen tree, taken and brought inside to celebrate life conquering death. If I'm a Christian in that time period, I go, I am all things to all people. I am trying to step into this culture, and I'm going to point out that I know how life truly conquered death, that I know a God who came and conquered death fully and in a more extreme way, and that is a proper celebration because, right? So we grab it and we take it and we apply it because of course we do. to me, that history is incredibly rich. Now, that's not necessarily what's being celebrated in a Christmas tree today. It's really not. But if I was to say, okay, what is being celebrated in the Christmas tree today? What is being celebrated in this idea of, like, we're going to light a tree in our house, right?
On fire?
No. Although, the candles, maybe sometimes you got to be careful. But
no open flames, children.
yeah. No, well, if you do have a candlelit tree, they're really pretty. Have you ever seen a candlelit tree?
Not a real one.
Oh, it's so
Not
pretty.
a
It's so pretty. And, like, it's an event. You have to
if,
watch it carefully.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I'd be too paranoid
it's
to enjoy
gather around the tree to light the tree, and then we're going to watch it for a bit, and then we're going to put it out. Like, it's an event.
Carefully.
It's very, very, like, but... So those traditions exist. They're part of our culture today. The lightings of the tree are very important. What is being celebrated?
Lightings of the candles on the tree.
Or lightings
Not
of the tree in general. Like the
Christmas
lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, to turn on the electric lights.
I was like, let's not light things on fire inside
but
the house.
we will gather to watch a Christmas tree be turned on.
Yeah.
What is being celebrated in that moment? To me, the celebration that I think I see in a secular mindset is on the darkest and coldest night of the year, in the darkest and coldest part of the year, we are choosing to celebrate light, warmth, community. That is a good thing.
If that's the point, we should save that to February.
I mean, well, it's solstice, it's the longest dark.
It's usually coldest in February.
It is, but it's because we're on the back half of solstice.
Yeah.
We're slowly building it, and it gets colder, stays colder, and then starts to come back out. But this is the moment, the time when we're celebrating is the longest dark. And we said in the longest period of dark, we are going to choose to be the warmest, to be the lightest, to be the brightest, to be the most kind to each other. If that seems to be the message.
Flashlights.
We could. We literally could. But we've taken that history. We've taken that history and we've carried it along. And so I have a history of life conquering death, mixing with a modern of love, community, and warmth in a dark part of our year, combining into a singular symbol. And I look at that symbol and I go, there's nothing in that to me says anything opposed to Scripture. In fact, I would argue that it's very positive, close to Scripture aligned. I don't think it's an accident that there's a rumor that the first lit Christmas tree, was Martin Luther. And I don't know if that's true or not. Again, something I haven't looked into. But, I know that rumor that Martin Luther himself decided to do, the first Christmas tree. He took the,
I thought it developed in Germany in, the 1800s.
Yes, that's the more probable one, is that most likely it developed in Germany in, the 1600s.
Martin Luther was busy talking about beer.
100%. But
I know some good Martin beer.
No. And I think that that's significantly more likely to be true. But that rumor exists that it's a Luther a thing. I don't know. I don't think anybody knows. I've heard it enough times that I don't think that's an accident, though. I think that's people going, no, there's something really good here. There's something really close to Scripture here that we can show people where it connects to the truth. And so, that's the main argument for me, is how are we taking these decorations and applying them to our faith, to our lives, etc.? What are we telling our children is the point behind them? Am I saying, well, kids, we Druids think that the evergreen has to be...
You have a very Santa voice right now.
That was the point. We Druids know that the evergreen has to be brought inside in order to keep the spirit of spring alive until spring. Therefore, we don't lose our ability to grow plants and harvest. Then I'm really wrong. But am I instead saying, no, that we are choosing to celebrate as a community, as a culture, the idea that we can be warm even in darkness, and that is something that we see is true in Christ.
Yes.
How am I selling the narrative? Am I stepping into the culture, being all things to all people, and therefore perpetuating the gospel? To me, that's my answer. Now, your answer is, hey, shift and focus on Christ more than the tree. Because I agree with you in it's really wrong that somebody said, there's no tree, it's rah, 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 rah.
Well, it's just,
they're missing the point.
If that's the symbol of Christmas, then we have a flawed understanding of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not about Jesus, it's a flawed understanding.
Correct.
Of the whole thing.
Correct.
And so, we have very different approaches with all of this. I'm like, if it's not about God, throw it out. Yeah. Whereas your approach is more, if it's not about God, redeem it.
Yes. 100%.
Two different approaches.
100%.
Throw it out.
Wow. Take the good in it. Turn it towards something that we can apply. And I agree with there. So, and that's the other side. Is it redeemable, or is it something we must object to?
Yeah.
For example, there's a house in my neighborhood, and I've talked about Halloween a lot because I think it really applies. There's a house in my neighborhood where I know for a fact they are doing some sort of spiritual something on Halloween that is not public, and it is not something they are sharing with people, and it is dark. Yeah. And I, must stand in opposition to that. Now, if they were to invite me over for dinner, I'd go. I'm not going to be cruel to them. I'm not going to treat them differently. I'm going to be friendly for them. I'm praying for them. As we walk by the house with the kids doing trick-or-treating, I am praying for that house. I know what's going on inside those walls. And it's something dark and it's something demonic. I don't know for sure. Yeah. But it's some sort of religious ceremony that is happening on Halloween that feels dark. Yeah. And so I am choosing to be very prayerful of that individual, prayerful of that house. But there's no way that I would participate in that.
Right.
There's no way I'm going to bring my children and be like, hey, let's go be part of it.
Dinner, yes. Seance, no.
Yes. But Japanese missionary friends going to a Shinto festival to witness, to talk about it's a communal festival, but it's also a Shinto festival. It's a festival to spirits and different deities. They don't participate in that portion of the festival. They actively push it away and will not intentionally. I'm not going to write my prayers on the wood and in the temple because that would be praying to another god. I cannot be a part of that. But I will instead go to the festival, be a part of the food, be a part of the culture, be a part of the environment, and try to redeem that side of it. Both are right to say, because you have to do both.
Yeah.
You have to say, well, okay, here's the part I can agree in and can be with you in and commune with you in, and here's the part I have to say, no, that's not okay.
And that line's going to be different for different people.
Yes. Yeah.
Mine is obviously no.
Yeah. Well, and that's why that Romans passage is so important.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes.
When I was in the 5th grade, I was in a production. My school did a production of The Muppets Christmas Carol. Guess which character I played?
Okay, hold on. Now, I'm gonna say something, and it's not a short joke, but I'm guessing you were Tiny Tim?
No.
Oh, okay.
I kind of expected that because I am short, and I was short then too.
Kermit?
No.
All right, I don't know.
Scrooge.
Oh, okay.
The other answer that people give are the two grumpy guys that are always in the balcony judging everybody or something. People are like, oh, you're one of those guys. I was like, no, I was Scrooge. Yeah. They're like, oh, that tracks.
we love the Muppet Christmas Carol in our house. In fact, my wife actually walked down the aisle to a song from the Muppet Christmas Carol.
What?
Bless us all. If you read
I don't remember that one.
Bless us all, that as we live, we always comfort and forgive. Huh. It's this, if you read the lyrics, it's so beautiful and so applicable to a Christian life. And Ruthie and I both, it's one of our favorite movies. And so it was just a connection point for us, and also a thing that was, really spiritual and really uplifting. And so we chose that as her, when she chose that as her walk down song. And I was like, yay.
Nice. Well, we have traversed many debates. I'm sure we'll have many more in life. We'll clearly have to talk about the Easter Bunny at some point. Yeah,
I don't know if there's going to be much debate on that, though.
Yeah.
There's an element of, what are we celebrating at the Easter Bunny? And I go, well, it's not good. But, anyway.
I'm trying to, I can't remember. Somebody told me a very inappropriate joke about the Easter Bunny, and I'm trying to remember it, but it's probably better if I don't.
It's okay. Just leave it. It's probably inappropriate.
Yeah. Anyway, on that note, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Yes.
We had however you feel about Christmas, I just pray that it's a joyful time, and that we can really remember that the coming of Christ is what it's all about for this season. We're going to be taking a break from the podcast during Advent, and we'll return in 2026, which is less than a month away, which is strange. I mean, it makes sense. That's how chronology works. So, all right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful and blessed Advent.
Happy Christmas.